Okay friends, welcome to all of you on behalf of Narayana Online Digital Classroom Program. So today we will discuss few questions from electric field, field representation and field line representation. So let's move ahead. Okay, so here we have the first question. There you can see that there is a semi-infinite insulating rod. Okay. Insulating rod in the sense the charges will be ingrained. I mean there will be no movement of the charges. Has linear charge density lambda, the electric field at a point P as shown in the figure. Now this is pretty easy to understand. If you check that rod, so if we have a rough representation, let us say it is infinite in this direction up to infinity. So at this point, at the point P, the electric field for this entire thing, this is the x component. If I can take this as, it depends on which coordinate system you are choosing. I can take this as x and this as y. Okay. So this is y component that is coming. So we know this is Ey is equal to k lambda by r if it is r distance away. Now since we are taking positive charge, so for a positive charge there will be a radial component which moves away from it because of the nature of the electric field, which is radially outward nature. So that component of the field we can denote in this direction, that is also Ex is equal to k lambda by r. So these two fields are equal in magnitude and perpendicular is the angle between the two field is 90 degree here. So because of this, this will be the net electric field. If we do the vector sum actually, so from parallelogram law you can find out the resultant. Since they are of equal magnitude, so these angles will be 45 degree. This is also 45 degree. And we know when two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other, the resultant will be equal to what? E net is equal to root under of Ex square plus Ey square. Both are of same magnitude, so we can just bluntly put root under 2 k lambda by r. If you substitute the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, so you can write root under 2 into lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r, and that too at what angle? With 45 degree. That's it. Clear, no? Fine. Let's move ahead. So let us come for the next question. That is, they are saying that a point charge q is located in the xy plane at position something. The electric field at that point of position vector is this. The vector form of this force is equal to electric field. They are asking what is the vector form of the electric field. So let's move ahead. See, when we are writing electric field in vector form, we are writing what? E vector is equal to kq by r square into r cap. Or we can write kq by r square r vector by r. So this is the representation of the unit vector. So from there we can get it is kq r vector by r cube. So this is the electric field strength equation which we are going to use in this case. Now you try to imagine that suppose this is the origin of coordinate. Sorry. This is the origin of coordinate. This is x, this is y. The electric field somewhere, x coordinate is equal to what they have said, 2 and 3. So let us assume that it is here. This is point P where charge Q is situated, alright. Its coordinate is mentioned. This coordinate is given as 2, 3. So let us call this as x1, y1. All right. And what is the other thing they are asking? R is equal to 8 I cap minus 5 j cap. So if you want to take 8 I cap minus 5 j cap, then so 8 I cap minus 5 j cap, I can roughly take the point here. I can roughly take the point here. So let us say this is Q. So this coordinate is mentioned as how much? 8 comma minus 5. So let us take this as x2, y2. All right. So our R vector is going to be this one. So here in this case, this is going to be R vector. Right? Electric field will be radially outward. This is R vector. Fine. So how will you denote R vector? If you have to find out vector between 2 points, x1, y1 to x2, y2, you know that R vector, what you write? x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. All right. So what is x2 value here? 8. x1 value is 2. So 8 minus 2 I cap plus what is y2 value here? y2 value is minus 5 minus 3. So it becomes minus 8 j cap. So it is coming to be 6 I cap minus 8 j cap. All right. So from this R vector, now we will directly substitute into the formula. This is the formula that is being given. So E vector is equal to, K value is 9 into 10 to the power 9, right? 9 into 10 to the power 9 into, charge is 50 microcoulomb. So 50 into 10 to the power minus 6 into this vector 6 I cap minus 8 j cap divided by, now point is you have to find out R cube. So before that you find out R vector mod first. So mod of R is coming to be root under of 36 plus 64, that is 10. So 10 cube. That's it. If you solve, you will get the answer. Okay. Is it fine? Clear for everyone? Right. Chalo. Let's move ahead. Now, next they are saying there are 2 point charges Q and minus 3Q are placed some distance apart. If the electric field at the location of Q is E vector, the field at the location of minus 3Q is. Okay. This is a delicate question. Not difficult. It's very easy question actually. You take, there are 2 point charges. So this is Q and this is minus 3Q. Let us say this is distance R. Alright. So try to understand. I will just show you the concept. Calculation is very easy that you can do on your own. What is that? So if you take 2 points A and B. For point A, electric field due to Q is radially outward in all directions, like this. Right? Electric field due to minus 3Q is radially inward, like this. Fine. Okay now? Now you come here. Electric field due to minus 3Q, radially inward direction. Electric field due to plus Q is radially outward direction. So here also outward, here also outward, here also outward, and due to this B, this is here, right? So you can simply take that E outward vector is equal to KQ by R square R cap, E inward is equal to K into minus 3q by r square r cap. Okay, so that's it. I mean, this minus sign will be absorbed here. K into 3q by r square minus r cap. Take the ratio. You are going to get the answer. Right? Simple. Do not complicate it. Okay. Next, there are two charges, 50 microcoulomb and 100 microcoulomb, at the separation by a distance of 0.6 meter. The intensity of electric field at a point midway between them. Same question only. So, in what way we should tackle it? Check it now. So, suppose there are two charges. One is here, 50 microcoulomb. Another is there, that is 100 microcoulomb. You have to figure out the electric field at the midpoint. Suppose it is the midpoint. This is point P. Now think practically, both are positive charges. So due to both the charges, electric field will be radially outward. So now you check for this charge, for 50 microcoulomb, at point P, this is the direction of the field. So I will write this as E50 vector. Right? Now due to 100 microcoulomb, we can take in the opposite direction. Because if I look from here, that is the radially outward direction, right? So this is the direction of E100 vector. So now E at point P, this is based on what principle? Concept is principle of superposition. Principle of superposition. So now let us check it out, how much it is coming. So electric field at point P vector is equal to, we can write E due to 50 I cap, because it is along positive x axis. So this is the direction of plus I cap and this is the direction of minus I cap. So E due to 50 minus E100 or plus of this minus I cap. So now you substitute the values K into Q. Q means 50 divided by R by 2 whole square I cap minus K into this is 100 divided by R by 2 whole square I cap. So if you take simply K into 50 by R by 2 whole square, this is coming to be 1 minus 2 I cap. So the net field is leftward. This is coming the net field direction, right? So that will automatically come to be, this is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into, this is 50 microcoulomb. So 50 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by, what is the distance between them? 0.6 meter. So this 0.6 by 2, 0.3. So 0.3 square means 0.09, that is 9 into 10 to the power minus 2 Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. Both are the SI unit of electric field. So you can get the answer easily. Alright? Fine? Clear? Chalo. Let us move on. Yeah, right. So now this is again a very easy question. They are saying that there are infinite number of charges, each of magnitude q, are placed on x-axis at distance of 1248 meter from the origin. The intensity of the electric field at the origin, right? So let us check. What to do here? You see, what will I do? I will take the origin of coordinate, let us say here. This is 0, 0, right? And I am going to place all the charges along x-axis. So they are placed along x-axis like this. So if they are placed along x-axis, then I am going to take the charges like, this is q at distance 1, then at 2, then at 4, like this. Okay, and I am going to consider them as SI unit. It is given already, they are in meter. So they are asking what is the electric field here. Now, see, they are asking in magnitude, so that is okay, but the direction will be, for this charge, this is radially outward. Again, we have to think like this. If this is the charge position, radially outward is that direction. For this one also, that direction. So the E net will come in the negative x-axis. So net electric field will be along negative x-axis. All right. So now let us check one by one. So again I will use the superposition principle. So E net vector at the origin is equal to K into Q by 1 unit 1 square minus I cap plus K into Q divided by 2 square minus I cap plus K into Q divided by 4 square into minus I cap, right? And it continues. Abhi to easy hai, you got the series actually. So we'll simply take KQ within bracket 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 64 minus I cap. So now you just put it in series, you will get the answer very easily. But the point that I need to tell you, be careful about the direction. You know, it is very easy to get confused actually. Easy question, but you can get confused because they are asking to figure out the field intensity in the origin, and all the charges are put on the positive x-axis. So their net field is going to be clubbed and they are going to come along negative x-axis. So there is a point to be remembered. Okay, fine. Chalo. So next point. Point charge of 3 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb are situated at each of the 3 corners of a square whose side is 15 centimeter. The magnitude and direction of the electric field at the vacant corner of the square is fine. Again superposition. So what is the concept? Concept of the question is principle of superposition. And remember, whenever you are practicing these questions, these are level 2 kind of questions. These questions should not take more than 3 minutes to be solved. Okay, if you are solving it for the first time. Rather, I would request you to do it within 2 minutes actually, if possible. But let us see. So here, suppose I have the square. Okay, A, B, C, D. In all coordinate charges are there. So let us say, how much charge is there? 3 into 10 to the power minus 9. Okay, fine. So here is 3 nanocoulomb. Here also 3 nanocoulomb. Here also 3 nanocoulomb. So see, it's very easy, very easy to calculate. How will I do? I'll do like there at point D, this is the direction of E due to A, radially outward. For this radially outward, that is the direction of E due to C. And for B, it is like this is electric field due to B. So if I do the diagram in short, this is EA, this is EB. Now point is, both EA and EB are of same magnitude. Why? Because the distance is same. You see, this is 15 centimeter. This is also 15 centimeter. So for them, they are of same magnitude. So I can write that is equal to EA is equal to E, EB is also equal to E. So this is the resultant, right? So this will become root 2 into E, correct? Plus one more field is there, that is E due to, acha, this point is E due to C. So one correction just, this is E due to C. Yeah. So this is E due to B. So electric field at vacant position D will come to be root 2 into E plus of electric field due to B. So I can write down root 2 into K into Q, means 3 into 10 to the power minus 9 divided by, distance is 15 centimeter, means 0.15 square plus of, this distance is how much? 15 root 2 centimeter. Okay na? So that will be K into 3 into 10 to the power minus 9 divided by 0.15 root 2 whole square, right? That's it. This is multiplied. Okay. So if you solve this, you are going to get the answer. Okay. Correct? Fine. Okay. So let us go for the next one. Again, it's a question of series only. It's a very simple thing. So if n number of charges Q for Q, earlier we have seen what? There were equal number of charge, equal amount of charges, but the distance, separation was different. Now here, charges itself are different and they are put at distance 1 to 3 meter from O. So again, this is based on same thing, principle of superposition, alright. So if it is on principle of superposition, let's see now. So directly I will write electric field, where they are demanding, okay. So they are asking, are placed at a distance of this meter from a point O. O is the origin. So here I will suitably choose it to be origin. है ना? So O is the origin here. So electric field vector will be equal to K into Q, means capital Q, let us put, by 1 square, because direction will be negative, minus I cap only, plus K into 4Q by 2 square, plus K into 9Q by 3 square, plus dot dot dot. Direction is minus I cap. Now you check, a very delicate thing came. What came? These are all cancelled factor. This cancelling, this and this is cancelling. So how much you are getting actually? KQ by 1 plus KQ by 1 and continuation. Sorry. And continuation up to what? Continuation up to n number of terms. N number of terms of minus I cap. Fine. Sum them, you will get the answer. Simple. Okay na? Chalo. Next one. So next one is also a question of superposition and symmetry. So concept is what? So there are two concepts involved. First concept is principle of superposition. Right? And second question is of symmetry. So they are asking that they have put charge on each of its vertices on a cube, regular cube. So if you see the diagram, so if you draw the complete cube, na, the idea will be pretty clear. And let us take this as the axis. Suppose this is the axis. This is x and y axis. Arey yaar, if you keep charges on each corner, like if I keep charges, suppose here q, here q, here q, 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 q and q. And you are sitting where? You are sitting at the center of the cube. So I am just writing one line. In one line I will squash everything. So I will write that the system looks symmetric from the center of the cube. So if it looks symmetric from the center of the cube, so electric field will be radially outward in all possible directions, right? Right? So it will be like this. So net field is 0 here, they are cancelling. So 0, why? Because of the mutual cancellation. Very simple, right? Okay. Chalo. Next. So two identical point charges are placed at separation of L. P is a point where line joining the two charges at distance x from one charge. The field P is E. E is plotted against x for values of this and this. Close to 0 is slightly less than L, which is the following base representation of the resulting. So fine. So what I am going to do, I am not going to tell what is the answer of this question. I am going to tell you the simple basic. So from the basic, I will slowly enter the answer of the question. It will be simple. Let us see. So, for a positive charge, okay, they have said two identical point charges, right? So since they are telling out two identical point charges, means we will consider that their nature is same, magnitude as well as both of them are positive or both of them are negative, any one of them, right? So I am considering both of them are positive, let us assume, right? So I keep the two charges here, Q and Q. Okay. Now try to imagine so if this is the exact midpoint, then field due to the two charges will cancel each other. I mean, one field will be in that direction, another field will be in this direction, both of will be equal magnitude. So here E net will be equal to 0, right? Here E net equal to 0. Now for a positive charge, if there is a positive charge, electric field will be on the first quadrant and third quadrant. What did I say? Electric field will be in the first quadrant and third quadrant. If it is negative charge, electric field graph will be in second quadrant as well as on fourth quadrant, right? So on first quadrant, third quadrant, here also first quadrant, third quadrant. Now in between the two charges there is only one point where electric field is 0, which is that point, this point. So field will be continuous about this. So remember one very simple point. What is that point? That now I am coming to the most ultra level concept. You check this graph. On this portion of the graph, tangent drawn will lie above the curve. Alright? Tangent drawn will lie above the curve. Means if you draw a tangent here, it is above the curve. You look at this side, tangent drawn will lie below the curve. Why? Check it. Draw a tangent here. Will lie below the curve. Below the curve. So this is the point. This point, I can say, this is the point about which the concavity of the graph, changes. Okay, it's a typical mathematical concept actually. So in mathematics you have studied that this particular point is called, this is called what? This is called point of inflection. Point of inflection. So if you are having two identical charges, in between the two charges, it is mandatory that you can have a point of inflection. So accordingly, आप judge कर लो. Is this maintaining point of inflection? This is. No. Here it is opposite actually. तो यहीं पे कहीं पे आएगा. Right? Okay. So this is the concept. Concept is this one. Please don't forget this one. So in between two identical charges, we will get a point of inflection. Okay? Idea clear? Let's move ahead. Next, 5 point charges each of value plus q are placed on the 5 vertices of a regular hexagon. On side A, what is the magnitude of electric field at the center? Same thing again. Superposition principle. Now this is very, very tricky. I will tell you how to use this. Chalo. So let us first draw a hexagon. Let us assume that there are equal charges in all vertices. Let us consider. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Everywhere charges Q, 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 Q and Q. And let us assume that there is a center of the hexagon. This is the center of the hexagon, right? Now try to assume, everyone check it out now. Look carefully. If I draw for this A, this is the direction of EA, alright? For D, just opposite. Distance equal, charges are also equal. So mutual cancellation is there, fine, no problem. Suppose at this point I did not put the charge. Here there is no charge. That is given in the question. Wait. Now, so EA, ED cancelled. EA is equal to ED. Done. Next. Come for the next pair. So what is the next pair you are getting? Let us take for these are 2 points. For B, it is in this direction, that is E due to B. For E, in this direction. So there also they are forming a pair. So E of B is equal to E of E, cancelled, gone, right? Which one is remaining, Ray? Here one factor is remaining, but Q due to C is in that direction, right? If there is a charge on F, it would have been EF, that is EC, correct? So electric field at center due to point F would have been equal to electric field due to the charge C at the center. So that means ultimately it is the electric field produced by a single charge at the center. So answer will be equal to E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by, now you have to just figure out this distance, right? They have said कि the side is A. So side is A in the sense, see, we can easily get this value is there. This is A. So this is A by 2. So this is R easily will obtain. Now put R in terms of A and substitute. I hope you got the ethos of this question. So if there is any symmetric geometrical structure and on which charges are kept at all corners, only one corner is vacant, electric field at the point of symmetry, that is origin, will be equal to electric field due to only one point charge. That is the idea. Issue closed. Fine? Right. Okay, now this is a very interesting question. I will discuss one by one. Actually, this is a bit confusing question. So I will take all the possibilities and we will discuss. So first let us consider that, let us assume that we are considering the field due to a static point charge. Remember one thing, there are few informations which need to be shared with you. First point is that due to a static point charge, field is either radially outward or radially inward. Point number 2, the field lines are not closed loops. Why? Why they are not closed loops? Because there is a great reason behind it, within bracket, because the field is conservative. So that means work done in a round trip must be equal to 0. If the field line is loop, it cannot be 0, right? Fine. That is point number 2. And point number 3 is that, point number 3 I will write here. Point number 3 is, for uniform lines, for uniform field, lines will be equispaced. Okay? Lines will be equispaced. It means what? It means the distance between the line will not change or will not vary. So let us come one by one. One is immediately gone because they are forming closed loops, not the answer. There is no way by which it can go like this, because this is showing two different nature on a single field line. Due to point charge, not possible. This is along the horizontal line, not possible, not showing the radial nature. So only one possibility is there, none of these. But this question, if you are solving for electrostatics, this is the answer. But suppose of your entire study, when the complete syllabus is completed and then they are asking which can be the possible electric field lines, then there is a twist and you should remember that twist. Twist is, on later stage you will study that electric field can also be produced by time varying magnetic field, right? And that induced electric field is basically non-conservative. If they are non-conservative, they have to form closed loops. So in that case, 1 is the answer. Right? Clear? That is one confusion solved. Second is that for two metal plates, for two parallel metal plates. For two parallel metal plates, this is positive charge, this is negative charge. Electric field will be like this. But remember, this field is uniform. It has the magnitude of E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. It is uniform. So if it is uniform, the distance between the lines must be equispaced. You check this gap and this gap is same. Problem with this question is that these gap are changing actually. They are increasing. So hence it cannot be the answer. So this is everything that you can have. You can pause the screen here and you can take a note of this. This is very important thing. Every single point you should remember. Do not miss one point and keep the concept as they are, right? Do not have any hyperconjugation concept as is coming in your mind. Apna theorem mat banana. That's all I can say, right? Okay, chalo. Right, it is an easy question. This question we have already solved, I think. For a line, this is the line and they are saying the continuous charge is there along this line. So what will I do? They are asking ki, in terms of dl lambda in necessary physical quantities, find the magnitude of electric field at the origin. They are asking here. We will do simply. What will I do? Yeah, बहुत simple है. So this is x. Consider a small portion dx. What is the charge confined in that portion? dq is equal to lambda dx. So now dE, charge due to a field due to the smaller segment at the origin is equal to what? K dq by x square, that is k lambda dx by x square. Fine. So it is coming to be lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of dx by x square. So that is electric field. है ना? Here you choose the limit. What is the limit here? X value can range from d up to here. So the limit is from d to 4d. That will give you the answer. Pretty simple question. I mean, it should be solved in less than 60 seconds only. Okay? चलो. हाँ भाई, two infinitely long parallel wires having these and these force per unit length. तो और भी easy है, less than 30 seconds. Infinite wire, lambda 1, lambda 2. What is the force here? Simple. So force per unit length, F is equal to what is the thing? Q into E, no? Right? Fine. Rather, we should write in this way, F vector is equal to Q2 into E1. That means field will be due to 1 and charge is due to 2. So Q2 means we can write lambda 2 into L into E1 vector. So F by L is equal to lambda 2 into E1 vector. Here easy hai. Lambda 2 into, what is this electric field due to this at a distance r from here? So this is lambda 1 divided by 2 pi epsilon naught r, radially outward direction, I cap. That's the answer. Simple hai, right? Okay. Fine. Again, what is the concept? Concept is principle of superposition. ऐसे क्वेश्चन को यार लेफ्ट हैंड सॉल्व किया करो, concept will be boosted, without any doubt, right? चलो, so this is infinite, right? This is also infinite. So now think about this portion. Sorry. Yeah. So think about this portion. For this is electric field. How much? K lambda by R. Here, due to this one, in this direction, this is k lambda by r. Done, right? Okay. What for the next one? For this one, in this direction, k lambda by r, right? And for this one, in this direction, it is k lambda by r. Oh, they are forming pairs. This is cancelled by this one, this is cancelled by this one. So, contribution these two is gone. So, only there is a circular arc, right? Quarter circle they are saying. No problem. So, we know what is that electric field due to this one is in that direction. So, this is Ex, this is Ey, Ex is along plus I cap, Ey is along minus j cap. So, it will come k lambda by r I cap minus k lambda by r j cap. Job done, finished, right? Okay, very simple, very simple. See, the point is that whenever you are going to solve numericals, do not unnecessarily complicate your situation. Keep things very simple. The way I used to tell all my students is that whenever you are facing a question, you first note down, if you are getting stuck frequently, you first note down what are the values given. And then you note down what is the value that is they are asking in the question. What are the correlation between these two things? If you think on the correlation, you will get the formulas. But if you just read the question on a whole and try to solve at a glance, you may forget the formulas or things may not come in your mind. So, go this systematic procedure, okay, right? Chalo. Next one, this one. So, they are saying that a thin semicircular ring of radius r has a positive charge q distributed uniformly over it. The net electric field at the center O is. Now, this is also based on symmetry. So, here concept is symmetry. All right, let us check. See, suppose this is the angle theta. I am taking a very small angle d theta. So, there will be charges, that is lambda into dx. How much is dx or dr is equal to lambda r d theta. Field due to this is in that direction. That is E vector. E has two components, Ex and Ey, right? Similar conjugate element we can have here, the left side. You check. We can have theta. This is d theta. Similarly, here is the electric field, x component. This is y component. So, which one is surviving? So, I will write, so due to symmetry, only electric field along negative y axis will survive. Bas, that's it. So, now dE net is equal to, if this is theta, then this is also theta. So, there is sin theta. So, dE net is equal to dE sin theta. Job done. That is equal to k dq by r square sin theta. Fine. K into dq means lambda r d theta by r square sin theta. So, k lambda by r integration of sin theta d theta. Limit will be from here 0 to pi. Okay. So, if it is from 0 to pi, then k lambda by r minus cos theta 0 to pi. Remember, minus cos theta 0 to pi, minus cos theta 0 to pi, this value minus cos theta 0 to pi, this is 2. So, what is the E net? E net vector is coming to be 2 k lambda by r along minus j cap. This is the answer. All right. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed. Keep on practicing, boost your confidence, everything will go. Okay, fine. Bye-bye. Thank you.